Okay, this may take a minute, but basically because I'm struggling to use this computer machine. So our goal is to place things on one of two different number lines, but those number lines are different. One is rational, one is irrational. So I can only place the numbers that are rational on the rational number line and irrational on the irrational number line. So the first thing that I want to do is sort them. So I'm going to sort them according to rational or irrational. I'm looking for all fractions because all fractions are rational numbers. I'm going to drag, as long as there's not an irrational number in it. So I'm going to first, if this lets me, drag all the fractions over there. All right, so I know those are all rational numbers, and when I go to plot them, I'm good to go. I don't see any more. So the next thing I'm going to look for is my decimals that end, the terminating decimals. So this is one. I'm going to pull it over there. This one, the 4.1, it has a little repeating bar. So since it repeats, it is irrational. I know that pi is irrational. I know that a perfect square is rational and an imperfect square or non-perfect square is irrational. So 2 is not a perfect square, so I'm moving it over here. 25 is a perfect square, and I think it's trying to get me because it puts the negative sign in front of it. But that just means -5, which means that it goes into, that's my integers. So I'm going to drag it over to the rational. 16 is a perfect square. It's rational. Negative square root of 18. Square root of 18 is not a perfect square, so it is irrational. Square root of 5 is not rational because it's not a perfect square. So I'm putting it over there. Square root of 21 is also. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's not how it goes. I think half the time when I do this, it's the okay, well, we're just going to try one last time. Nope, doesn't like me. So 21, yep, we give up. That's irrational. So once I've sorted them, I can go back and forth between the two pages and kind of do the same thing. Fractions are rational, so I can drag those. Oh, I'm not using the best machine. So it's rational. This one is irrational. I could go back and forth between the pages, but my computer is not as happy. What you will do is go back and forth between the two. So maybe I'll try that. So -7 over 7, that's 7 wholes of 7 wholes. That means it's -1. I'm going to place it by the -1. This one at the bottom we've determined is irrational. I'm going to place it where it belongs in the number line. So it belongs between 0 and 1. Let's look at this number, -25, square root of 25. That I find over here, so it is rational. I'll go back over to here, grab my square root of 25, and because it is a -5, we put that there. Let's look at -4.8. Determine if it is rational or irrational. I found it here, so it's rational. I'm going to drop that then at -4.8. Oh, it's close to that one. There you go. Let's look at 11 thirds. That's a fraction, so I'm thinking it's rational. Yep, there it is. I'm going to go move this. 11 thirds I have to figure out mathematically. If I have to reduce that from a missed number. That is 3, 6, 9. So I have a whole with 2 left. So I have 3, 6, 9. That means 3 with 2/3 left. So I'm going to drag this to, it's negative. So -3 and a little bit more right there. Looks good. Then we have pi. Well, I don't need to go to the next page. Pi is always irrational. It is 3.14, so it's going to go right there. There are probably posters in your room if you do not remember that pi is 3.14. I forgot what number. We're looking at negative square root of 18. Go back over to here. Negative square root of 18 is irrational. So square root of 18, I know that is between my perfect square of 16 and 25. So that means it's between 16, which is negative 4, and 25. So it goes in there. Negative square root of 5, irrational. So I have to think about that one. Negative or 5, square root of 5 is between square root of 4, which is 2, and the square root of 9. So that'll be somewhere along in here because it's not perfect. It's irrational. Come back. I keep forgetting. 6/3. Well, that's 2. So I don't need to go to the next page. I'm going to put that right here at 2. 3/4. I don't need to go to the next page. It's a fraction. So I can put it between the 1 and the 2. 9/4. I have to convert it. So I'm going to count 4, 8, and I have a little bit left over. So the 4 and the 8 means I have 2 whole pizzas or 2 whole whatevers. I'm going to grab it and put it around 2 and a little bit more. So right there, look, why didn't it move? I was doing so well too. There we go. So square root of 16, I'm going to come over here. Square root of 16 is rational. So I'm going to drag square root of 16 really means just 4. So I'm placing it there. Square root of 2 is somewhere between the square root of 1 and the square root of 4. So it's between 1 and 2, but it is irrational because it's not perfect. So I'm going to drag it down here a little bit between the 1 and the 2. I know they might look a little messy, but it's okay. We kind of get it. The square root of 21 is not a perfect square, so that means, double check. Oh, it wouldn't move for me last time. Yeah, I got it to move. So that is between the square root of 16 and the square root of 25. So that's between 4 and 5. So I'm going to have to drag that all the way down here. Nope, yep, down here between 4 and 5. It didn't move. Why didn't it? Oh, 21 moved last time, remember? It doesn't like me. Oh, last try. If it doesn't work, I move on. Nope. Okay, I lied. It's not the last time. I need it to look like. Nope. Okay. So 21 goes between the 4 and the 5 down here. I can't get it to go. It's not liking me right now. So those are how we're doing it. You will have a practice assignment that does something similar with not quite as difficult of numbers. So I want you guys to make sure that you understand how to do it. The first thing you've got to do is sort them according to rational or irrational, and that will help you to place them on the correct number line.